cool. Good game still. Enjoying the fuck out of it. And we're going to do Clubhouse after a break. Before I do that, though, couple Redvox related things I wanted to mention, which is, I think you'll get a kick out of this. So the song I released today is Cursed. I'm going to tell you about it. Now, part of me was like, should I even bring this up? But the way people have been reacting to the song has been pretty funny. So I'm going to tell you about the curse of the song. So this is a song that we Realign, the new one. It should be on Spotify. Yeah, it is, actually. It's on Spotify right now. That's good. So the Spotify thing worked, by the way. Even though... Okay, so here's the curse of the song. The curse is that it's a jam song we wrote in the studio together. And I kind of had like a couple melody ideas, and it just kind of happened real naturally. And I was using the new Synth 9 pedal that I had, and that synth effect sound is from a pedal, guitar pedal. So combine that with a lead guitar, and you have something cool. Anyway, I was really into this idea, but it could have gone a million different ways. The song itself, like, how could it have been arranged? We had a couple different ideas for it, but in the end, we kept it kind of simple. And, all right, so anyway, song is done, it's recorded, and I like it. And then I notice, I showed it to one of my friends, and they were like, Vin, that sounds a lot like Come As You Are by Nirvana. I'm like, fuck. It does. So it's different enough, but let's see. Come as you are, as you were, as I... You know, it doesn't really work. It's just close enough, like in the main riff of it. Now, I thought that was kind of bad. I'm like, oh, fuck, it sounds like Come As You Are. All right, fine, fair enough. I'm like, it's different enough. It has the melody changes a little bit. Okay. I grew up with Nirvana, so obviously I'm going to be influenced. Then the curse extends even further. Discover Weekly plays a song for me from someone named Miles Kane, right? Miles Kane is the other half of the Last Shadow Puppets with the Arctic Monkeys dude. And he's got a song called Rearrange. Listen to this. Same chords. Rearrange. It's so different. It's not even close to the same thing. You know, it's just got like a similar groove. It's the same chords. These are not uncommon chords for rock music, right? It's G, E minor, B minor, right? So I think he's doing the same chords. Let's see. Not really. I think he's doing... So his, it sounds similar. It's called Rearrange, but I think... So he's in a different key. So my song is in G. His is in A. So it's... Same interval. So his is A major, F sharp minor, and then C sharp minor. So it's the same interval, just, you know. So anyway, that was kind of funny. So I'm like, oh god, it sounds the same fucking... So it's both Come As You Are and it's Rearrange. And then people today brought to my attention that I ripped off of myself. So I ripped off of one of my own songs, and that's how cursed this song is. So there's a song from my little solo project that I just made at home and mixed at home called Walking Illusion. So you can tell I mixed it myself because it sounds like shit. So what chords are these? So it's a different thing entirely. You know, I'm not using the same chords, but that line, that melody line is... Check it out. Tell me if you hear the similarity. A little bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to sue myself. I'm gonna DMCA myself, chat, and I'd like to let you know that Latin Auteur now owns me and the super me, which is the superposition me, my higher self, the observer within, the you know, the man behind the curtain, so to speak. So thank you, Latin Auteur, for now owning my life, as well as Kurt Cobain and Miles Kane. Notice that, by the way, Kane, Cobain, cocaine. What is this shit? But regardless, I still think I really like the song, and I'm glad people enjoyed it. It's on Spotify. Couple quick things I will say, just in relation to the album, because people have rightly noticed that the album cover is very familiar. And the reason the album cover is familiar, so Amoral Crow did this, and I think he did a fucking amazing job. The reason this is familiar is because this is actually from Ganbreeder. I liked it so much that I had to try to work with it. So the idea was, let's see, you know, maybe this is the album cover, and the more we did the album, the more it felt like the album cover. And I'm going to show you the original one, and I'll show you what happened to get it there, because this might be one of, like, I don't know if anyone else has used a neural network Ganbreeder type thing to make an album cover, but essentially, here is the original, which was done live on stream, and I was like, hey, that looks like an album cover, and I saved it. So when I was looking for artists, Amoral Crow, who's amazing, by the way, his artwork for the rest of the album is also incredible. I think people are really going to like it. There's like 5 or 6 pieces he did. He also did this one for Ozymandias. Dude is fucking incredibly talented. He did something for one of my other songs, which is why I got him, because I just like his style. But I said, hey man, can you do me a favor? You know, I'll hire you for this thing. Can you, like, up-res this weird thing and kind of try to... And this is the highest resolution I had of this Ganbreeder thing. And, you know, it happened live on stream. But he did a fucking amazing job, and we fleshed out some of the details together. And it turned into something cool. And there's a lot of details, like when the vinyl comes out, or if you really zoom in, you get to see he added a lot of little surprises, a lot of strange little details. I'll give you one. This one's my favorite. Notice this looks kind of like an alien head on its side. And it's there in the image. So I like that a lot. And just, again, the level of detail is like extremely high. But the thing is, though, while watching the stream, Vinny, I can't see it. It looked like meat a little bit. It was like a sideways alien head. You didn't see it? Here, take a look. It's not too in your face, but I really like it. Right? So when Sphinx and I and the mods were going through the video a little bit, here's something interesting. So what looked to me in the front there like some kind of weird like specter or like, I don't know, a shadowy figure, turns out all of the previous generations of this image, I can speak English, were generated with a similar shadowy figure like in front of them. So here are other like combinations of things that led to the album cover, and I don't know what the fuck these things are, but something about it really, I think, is just really cool. So it ended up with this, and then eventually this, and as you'll see on the Spotify for Realign, the back cover. So, and about 4 other pieces of art that I think people will enjoy. I'll keep some of them a bit of a secret for the vinyl. Speaking of the vinyl, I know. Listen, I know not everyone here is into my music. I get that. Thank you for giving me a couple minutes of your time. Regardless, I thought these stories were kind of interesting. But the vinyl, because the record plants have been kind of closed, and I wanted to get the album out because we were delayed, couldn't work on stuff in the studio for months. I made the decision, let's launch digitally first instead of launching with the vinyl. Now, it's recommended that you launch with your product. I don't really care. I think people probably just want to hear it. Like, I want to put it out, and I think people will eventually buy the album. Probably not going to be CDs, because CDs will cost me a couple $1,000s, and I will make back a couple hundred of that, if that. It's just not a very profitable move. So sorry to the people that want CDs. It could happen in the future, like Kerosene and Realign, but you can't really print like 10 CDs or 100. You have to do like 500. So it can be a little expensive. And it's more expensive the less you print. So that sucks. But the vinyl will be a double, and it'll have the artwork, the lyrics, all that fun stuff, and 2 bonus songs, which we're finishing up right now. So it'll have a total of 16 songs instead of 14. They'll be on side 4. And I think one is like a little acoustic one that's kind of fun. And one, I think, is as good as anything on the album. So that should be fun. Will there be a t-shirt? Eventually, there will be some stuff. I don't know when that's going to happen. Again, obviously COVID screwed up everything. So I have no idea what products, quote unquote products, will be available. I'll try to keep them as cheap as possible. Might be a couple shirts. I have a couple people from, the Second City people working on some designs and ideas. So they have the artwork. They're going to do something and hopefully put it together. If we're lucky, pre-orders will happen in the next couple weeks. If not, I'll let you know when it happens. And the final question that I can answer now, because I get this question a lot, is, Vinny, will Realign, will Another Light and the rest of the vinyls be restocked? And that would have happened by now, except, like I said, COVID. So the record plants were closed or delayed, and a lot of back orders have to be taken care of first that are not Redvox. So, eventually, probably this year. And it's a little expensive to produce vinyl, so it's another thing I have to weigh the cost. But it's something I like doing, and people are really, they want to know when it's out. So I don't have that answer for you, but eventually. Also, the vinyl for the record for What Could Go Wrong, the lyrics for Atom Bomb were not printed on the album for some reason, for some unknown godforsaken reason. So we're fixing that. And for Kerosene, the lyrics were almost unreadable. So I think that's going to change a little bit too. So that's all the news. What color will the vinyl be? I think there's going to be 2 pressings for this album. And you can imagine what you're looking at now. There's going to be like a splatter effect and or a tricolor effect, and it'll be a solid like purple. So like kind of like what you're seeing here amalgamated. What will the vinyl taste like? You will die. And yeah, there you go. Last piece of news, since we're doing this, no more surprises, because you guys have been waiting a long time, and I wanted to put out this album for a while now, because we were almost done with it around like February, kind of, I'm editing together. Bill filmed a lot of studio footage, and he put together a little documentary, and I'm recutting it with some other stuff. So like a 10 to 12 minute little mini behind the scenes thing is going to be happening sometime after the album comes out. You've seen some of the footage in the video for Realign.
I like it a little faster. Oh.
You know, stuff like this. And there's some stuff. There might even be some like demos and some, you know, maybe like an early version of some stuff in here as well. So even though the footage is kind of sprinkled throughout the Realign video, there will be like a little 10-minute documentary. It's going to be kind of messy. Yeah, there's no cohesion really, but it'll be fun, and you get to see more skeletons. So that's cool. Like there's actual like studio, like Joe has a lot of skeletons in the studio. There's one. So anyway, thank you for your time. We're going to take a quick break. We are not selling VHS. Now, let me tell you the secret of Yoda's hut, since we're out here giving up all the secrets. All right? What you need to know is this. You need to know that Yoda, when he landed on the planet, needed a place to live, and so he finally kind of